Hello friends, welcome to the first part of the Clear Your Shit Readathon vlogs. So this is going to encompass weeks 1 and 2, just because I don't feel like doing weekly vlogs. I can't do it. So I'm going to do my best to keep up with this because I really want to A, put more emphasis on this readathon. I think it sounds like so much fun. And B, keep practicing vlogging because I'll never improve if I don't do it. So if you don't know what Clear Your Shit is, I will link all the details down below, but I have been yelling about it on my channel for a few weeks. It is a readathon designed to clear out your own TBR. So if you have way too many books that you haven't read yet, this is the readathon for you. So again, the Twitter will be linked down below with all the prompts and all that fun stuff. So this readathon did release the prompts ahead of time. However, they're being officially released with the story every week, 3 prompts a week. So that's how I kind of set my TBR. I sent a tentative TBR a few weeks ago, but I left a lot of the smaller details to when the prompts are officially being released. So the first prompt is, you woke up on the morning of your quest and all your books are gone except for the one that you have hidden in your pocket. Read your smallest book. So after sorting my own TBR, I realized that Othello was my shortest book. Did not plan to read a Shakespearean play, but here we are. I actually don't even know the story of Othello, but I am going to look it up and do a little bit of prior research before starting this. I also heard that the best way to read Shakespeare plays is by watching a production, or at least listen to the audiobook along with it. So that's the plan. Guess I'm reading fucking Othello. The next prompt is, obviously with all your stuff gone, you now have to sell some items. You better start with the oldest thing in your knapsack because it's probably expired anyways. So the prompt for that is to read the oldest book on your TBR. Not 100% sure what that would be, but since I've started this anyways, we're just gonna keep going with it because I know it is quite old. Count Monte Cristo. I've talked about it for like months because I've been trying to read it for months. We're gonna keep going with it. Don't need to explain what it's about. And the final prompt is, you need to find yourself a squad for your quest. Read a book with a friend group or a group of people, or found family, I think was one of the other options. So when I heard found family and I thought about my own TBR, this came to mind, The Lies of Locke Lamora. A really beloved fantasy about this group of thieves. Apparently the friend group in this is immaculate, the character work is immaculate, so I think I'm gonna start this tonight. I have a little bit of schoolwork to do and I'm actually working right now. It's my lunch break. So I don't really want to do Othello with a bunch of schoolwork. Might save that for one of my days off, but I definitely really want to start The Lies of Locke Lamora today. I think I'm in a fantasy mood. So we'll let you know how this goes. Alright, so we are Wednesday the 4th. I have just filmed my October wrap-up, which I did not see coming because I thought I'd have no time this week. But I'm actually back on my schedule, who would have thought? I have started The Lies of Locke Lamora, and I am not very far in, but we're getting a bit of like the exposition, and I can already tell that I love Locke. He is just, he's a shit disturber. I have a thing for cocky characters who are like lovably cocky, and I feel like that's where this is heading. He knows he's good at what he does, and he doesn't even know how to hide it because at the beginning he's like a child. So it's really fun to see him just like piss everyone off unintentionally because he's just that good. And I don't know, I love that trope. I love those kinds of characters. So I am anticipating that this is gonna be really up my alley. I hope it will continue to be. Kind of funny though, because there's also a plague happening in the book. How very timely. It's my mom's birthday tonight, so we're gonna have a little drinky poo. I got my gifts for her. I'm like dressed like a human being just for her. So it's gonna be nice to do something a little more special because in these times we can't really do much. That's everyone getting home right now. I'll update you guys when I read a bit more. Hello friends, we are Sunday the 8th, which means we got our fresh set of prompts for Clear Your Shit. So I thought I'd pop in, do a little update, and lose my mind on camera for you. Because here is the issue. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. So the first prompt for the week is, you're probably already late, you're told to save the kingdom and you're still in town. Pack it up. It's time to get going. Does Al have horses? Who has the horses? And the prompt is to read a book with an animal in it. So I was gonna go for my good old George R.R. Martin and read A Feast for Crows, the 4th book in the Song of Ice and Fire series, because I've been doing a read-through of the series this year. And this one's actually a little shorter than the other ones, or maybe I was just so used to Storm of Swords that this one's like beautifully short to me, even though it's still 700 pages. But it feels more manageable than the 900 that Storm of Swords was. So I think this will be my prompt for an animal. The only issue I'm having with this one, thinking about it, is because I am still not done the Lies of Locke Lamora. And this is an adult fantasy, and I usually don't like to read like 4 of them at the same time, not even 2 of them at the same time. So not too sure about that one, and I'm still I'm 150 pages in, which is good considering this is like pretty dense in terms of writing style. But yeah, I didn't really want to start 2 adult fantasies at the same time, but I may just have to keep up with the readathon. And the next prompt is, there's an ogre blocking your path. That's kind of rude, it's pretty intimidating, and read a book that's been intimidating you. So I was thinking of just continuing with the Count of Monte Cristo, but I don't really want to because I have other books that actually have been intimidating me that I really wanted to get to. So that stresses me out a little bit. One of those is the Book of S. This is the one that has like all of the interactive elements. I don't know if I've shown this one off on my channel before, but anyways, it has all of these really cool interactive elements inside. Like you can pull out like napkins that have writing on them, and the story is about 2 people like writing back and forth inside a book. So you get like a book and you can read that story, but there's also people writing in the book. Let me see if I can pull it out. So it's like an old library book. Anyways, this has been intimidating me because I have no idea how to read it, if that makes any sense. So I'm a little bit nervous about this one. And this is also like a really long one. Every single book on my fucking TBR is entirely too fucking long to read in a readathon. Why did I think this was a good idea? Who fucking knows? Don't let me make any decisions ever. So that's that. I have a lot of books that haven't been intimidating me, to be quite honest with you. I also have, what is it here? A Lovely War and Peace by Tolstoy. Like, come on, clearly that's intimidating. However, I cannot read these in a week or within a readathon. I don't know if that works. And the last prompt is, first night camping fun, you're telling scary stories around the campfire, so read a scary book. The only one that I own physically, again, I'm clearly fucking cursed, is House of Leaves, which is massive, and I don't feel like reading it right now. I am not in the mood in the slightest for this. I don't know what to do. I don't know. I do have Carry On Comfort by Dan Simmons, I think is the author. I have that one on ebook on my iPad. And that is a scary book. However, that one is also like 1,000 fucking pages. Like everything I have is too big. So I'm thinking, do I interpret scary in like a different way and maybe read a nonfiction about something that's slightly terrifying? That could work. I don't know. Because I feel like if the prompt is a scary book and I love horror, I should probably read horror, but I don't own that much horror, so I don't know what to do. I probably should have thought about it before, but I told myself I'm probably going to be in the mood to mood read, so why would I plan everything out ahead of time? And now it's biting me in the ass. As for the Lies of Locke Lamora, like I said, I'm 150 pages in, and I am freaking loving it. It is a really, really nice group of people that just don't give a shit about anyone but themselves, and I love a good cocky and shitty protagonist. I'm tired of these chosen ones that just want to be good people. I love me some people fucking shit up. Best way I can describe it, because for like all of this, you're getting backstory for Locke, but you're also getting his current big, they call it the game, where they're working with like one person to steal from them, and it's like a long con, and I love a good long con. I love seeing all the pieces coming together. Oh my god. This is getting so fucking good, and I am absolutely loving this, and I absolutely am excited to see where this goes, because it's like so much fucking fun right now. So that's that for that. Othello will be read later today. I don't think I'm touching County Monte Cristo because I'm gonna start Feast for Crows. I will see what I'll do for Scary Book, and will let you know if I decide on one. And then a book that's intimidating me will also be decided later, because apparently I am shit at making decisions. But because I'm in the middle of so many books anyways, and then whatever I feel like reading, we can decide that later and see how it fits the prompt. My mood reading ass cannot make a decision, and I'm also a Libra, so you can't really blame me for any of this. I figured out what I'm gonna read for a scary book, and yeah, it's a stretch. We're not gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about what I'm gonna read, and I'm gonna read The Assassination Complex by Jeremy Scahill. This is about the US government's secret drone warfare program. Because what's scarier than a secret drone warfare program in the Middle East that kills innocent civilians? So, might be a stretch. I think the prompts are intentionally vague enough. This is under 200 pages. And there's a foreword by my newfound love, Edward Snowden. So I think this is going to be my pick for read a scary book for that prompt. I think, however, I'm going to start this after I finish Othello. So I find it so funny because the foreword of my edition is like, well, most people think that this play has extreme racial undertones, but I don't think that's right. I'm just like, Brabantio is mad because his daughter ran off with Othello. Othello is a Moor. We have it on pretty good evidence that Moors come from Northern Africa and are either Middle Eastern in origin, are either African in origin, or are a mix. Therefore, not white. Therefore, I am very not convinced that there is no racial undertone to this fucking play. Fight me on that. The fucking forward of this edition is trying to convince me that this is a story first and foremost about love and the power of love and tragedy. I'm like, are we sure about that? Anyways, obviously I'm only one act in, and there are 5 of them, so I might be completely missing the mark. But somehow I don't feel like I am. I am surprised at how easy it is to follow along. Maybe because I am watching it at the same time and I'm getting the suggested emotion out of it, but even in just the text I can kind of figure out what the meaning is and all that kind of stuff. And not that I couldn't before, but I thought it was because I was learning all this in an academic setting in high school, and I thought that that was the reason I understood what was happening in terms of like plot and emotion and all that stuff. But I'm actually like not having that bad of a time, so yay for me. I'm also, what is it now? 225 fucking pages into the Lies of Locke Lamora, sorry. Fucking slaps. Just keeps getting better. What can I say? Either way, I'm moving on along in the read along finally. Still have not decided what I wanted to do for a book that intimidates me. I had like a ton of options, like all of my thick books intimidate me. The Lord of the Rings intimidates me. I do have the first one, whatever. I know it's like one book split into 3, but it's actually 3 books when you buy them, so. I have the first one. That intimidates the shit out of me. War and Peace intimidates the shit out of me. A Little Life intimidates the shit out of me. Even this one does. Fucking House of Leaves. Anyways. I have another massive day of both school and working all day tomorrow, so probably not gonna get much reading done tomorrow. But you might get a cool little studying montage out of it. And you get to see me read my law textbooks, so technically I am reading. They just don't fucking count on Goodreads, because who would read a law textbook voluntarily? Fucking psychos, that's who. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. This shit's getting juicy. This is so dramatic for absolutely no reason. Good morning. We are the 10th. It is Tuesday, and I thought I would follow up on my emotions from reading Othello last night because they were incomprehensible. So I finished Act 2, and I'm like halfway through Act 3. And okay, I can kind of see the point that the play is like not supposed to be racist, I guess, because we're starting to see the plot of like romantic jealousy come through, and we're starting to see this blind trust that Othello places in his wife and Iago and all that. So I guess I can kind of see that point. It's just, it still comes across as extremely fucking racist. So it's hard for any reader, especially in today's world where we're all much more aware of these kinds of things, to not see that. But obviously I'm starting to see the very, very large picture of blind trust, blind love, how these things can screw you over. And even though obviously it's like hundreds of years old, you can't really get like spoiled for it. I don't know exactly what goes down or how it goes down, I guess. I know like general plot points. It's a Shakespearean tragedy. Someone's gonna fucking die. Maybe multiple people will die. But it's just, I don't know how it's gonna happen, so I'm actually kind of excited to keep reading. Oh my god. So I'm reading The Lies of Locke Lamora, and my fucking heart. So this is a dual timeline. It bounces back between when Locke was just like brought into the Gentleman Bastards, their little thieving group, and between their current gig that they have. And so in the past, like a year after Locke is brought in, some new kid gets brought in, and Locke hates him immediately because he's like a merchant's kid, well, orphan now, and he's like fat and he looks slow, and Locke's like, he's not one of us. And then he realizes the kid just lost his parents 5 days prior, and he feels bad for him, so he steals him some glasses, but they're the wrong ones, and he feels bad. I don't know why it's so fucking cute. I guess this book has won me over with its characters if I'm sitting here whining about someone buying the wrong, well, not buying, stealing the wrong glasses. Oh, I'm a fucking mess.
And compulsive course. Field retiring ebb. The Duke's due on to the Propontic and the Hellespont. Even so, my bloodiest thoughts. Violent face shall ne'er look back. There ebb humble love. Feel that. Keep wide revenge. Swallow them up. Now by yon marble heaven, in the due reverence of a sacred vow.
Hello, my loves. We are Saturday, I think it is the 14th now. This is the end of the first 2 weeks of the Clear Your Shit readathon, so I just wanted to wrap this vlog up. I am about to head to bed. I am in my Porter Robinson shirt. Listen, if you know who Porter Robinson is, we're officially best friends. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. I have his album artwork tattooed on my back. He is the love, the light of my life. And like I said, we're officially best friends now. So I just wanted to quickly wrap up how this vlog has been. So I have completed both the Lies of Locke Lamora and Othello. So I finished the Lies of Locke Lamora last night. This ended up being a 5 out of 5 stars for me. I was worried it wasn't going to be. I was worried that the way the story was kind of heading and some of the choices made were going to not sit properly with me, but in the end of the day, everything came together so beautifully, and the way the story was told and the pacing was just so, and the atmosphere, everything was so immaculately put together that I had no choice but to give it 5 out of 5 stars. This was absolutely fucking incredible. Like, I think if you are at all someone who enjoys a very good plot, because here's the thing, everyone said that the characters are the strong suit. I would kind of tend to disagree, even though earlier I did have a freak out about some of the characters. I think that the pacing and the plot are really the strong suit of this, and while you do learn to love the characters, I would kind of argue that they're not the strong suit, so I don't know. The fantasy elements are also just kind of very environmental. They're not necessarily part of the plot until a little bit later on, and even then, they're kind of more subtle. Our main character only interacts with them rather than wields any kind of magic. So if you're a little bit more into, you know, like a plot driven story, a little bit of atmosphere rather than like heavy magic use, this actually might be for you. Like I said, I thought the plot was going in a direction I wouldn't like, and I ended up absolutely fucking loving it. I finished this at 3:45 in the morning last night after a midterm. I actually had 2 midterms this week, so I'm impressed that I managed to read it all this week. But after my last midterm that I finished last night at around midnight, I was like, I need to finish this book. I had like 100 pages left, and I was just like speeding through it. I was like, this is absolutely fucking incredible. So, like I said, if you're into slightly less magic heavy books, and you're into obviously like morally great characters, this might be for you. I fucking loved it. I absolutely will be looking into getting the hardcover edition because mine's from the secondhand store. It's a little beat up, but this was an absolute win for me. Also, today at around 4ish, I managed to finish Othello. This was a 4-star for me. I really, quite frankly, enjoyed it. This was my first time ever actually like seeing the full story. I watched like a production of it alongside reading it, which really helped. But I was able to follow along quite easily, and I really fucking enjoyed it. Honestly, I thought it was like a really good story. Iago is a fantastic villain. He truly just takes all these decisions that make you like scream and rage, but that's like what a good villain does. And I, quite frankly, it's a good story. Like, I can't hate it. There's also some fantastic, like, quotable, typical Shakespeare lines in here that just kind of hit you in the feels. And I don't know. I I think for me this is a 4 stars. There are some Shakespeare plays I enjoy a lot more, and there's some that I enjoy a lot less. And this was a solid one for me. Overall, this was a pretty solid couple weeks. I know I didn't get as far as I wanted to, but considering I had a ton of schoolwork to do, I'm not too upset. I also did start A Feast for Crows tonight by George R. R. Martin, so you will definitely be seeing more of that in the next vlog. And tomorrow, on Sunday, we get the new prompts for Clear Your Shit, so we get like the full story to go along with them. So I will absolutely be continuing these vlogs into the next couple weeks. I'm having a ton of fun with this. And I'm excited to just keep reading in November and keep working through my own TBR because this has been extremely helpful in making me read what I own and not continue to buy new books, which is, you know, a slightly bad habit of mine. So thank you so much for following me on this slightly wild couple of weeks. And as usual, all my social media is linked down below if you guys want to give me a shout on there. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next one. Love you, BBs. Bye.